This is a pretty much unedited video of Libby and I's attempt to climb Pisco Nevado, a mountain in northern Peru, in August of 2019. That summit attempt failed. It was our first try at climbing a mountain using technical gear, glacier-covered mountain. So we're on ropes and harnesses with a helmet, crampons, and ice axe. Looking back on it, one of the reasons we failed is we started at 12,500 feet and hiked up to base camp at 15,500 feet. The day prior to the climb, got some food and then slept for maybe a couple of hours, woke up at midnight, got ready and went and left our base camp at 1 in the morning to attempt to climb the mountain. So we had really no time at all to acclimatize from 12,500 feet up to 15,500 feet, and then trying to summit a mountain at almost 19,000 feet that day. So we were with two other guys that had their own guide. They actually made it. They're probably in a little bit better shape, and they had come from a different area where they were coming up from up higher, and they had probably had more acclimatization, more of those red blood cells. So this is the video of our failed attempt. Bad weather hit us, acclimatization, and we had some real issues with our boots that just were not flexing going over these big boulders before we got to the part where we had to put crampons on and hit the ice. So the other two guys were able to move quicker. They probably had a 1 hour jump on us by the time we got to the glacier. Anyways, a lot of lessons learned: acclimatization, weather he can't do anything about, equipment, and then some communication issues with our guide. He was a great guide. His English was a little bit rough, and you'll see that in the video. We're finishing rigging all of our stuff. Okay. We're gonna get some rest, eat an early dinner, then sleep, and then at midnight we'll start our ascent. From base camp, we will be climbing to the top of this mountain. Pisco.
Pisco Mountain. In Quechua, it's Pisco, meaning bird.
Meaning what?
Bird.
Oh.
Yeah, looks like a bird, no?
I guess. Yeah. We just had an avalanche. Is it a rock slide or avalanche? That's a full-on avalanche.
Okay, I think. Yeah.
Down that chute.
Maybe it's behind this hill, no?
Oh.
Yeah, in the...
So we're headed up this trail here over the ridge. We'll be on the back side of this mountain. And we'll end up coming up on the ridge right about here from the back side, and then we'll ascend to the peak. Not sure how windy it'll be. Just had an avalanche over on this side.
Come on.
1 a.m. It's time to go. Climbing that mountain, babe. You ready?
Guess.
Alright, Liz is going with the guide straight down the freaking rocky moraine. And she has to grab onto a chain. Get way down there. It's almost straight down. I can't go. As I kick a rock down on her, I have to wait for them to go. This is just to get to the ice part.
People leave their poles.
It's about 5 a.m. We've been hiking since 1:20, and we got to the glacier edge. This is where we start the ascent with technical gear. It's been very, very difficult so far. Big loose moraine rocks, very steep.
The night, no?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Things now we go up. If the weather is like this, why? Or it's not.
We won't be able to see
Don't
anything.
have.
Yeah. We've made it to the glacier, but bad weather probably won't summit this mountain.
Go for a little while or no? Should we keep going for a little while or no?
We can go a little bit more up.
Okay.
We try to arrive at the col.
The coal?
When yesterday we were see
Okay.
the col is when the ridge is begin.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Pisco Nevada, no?
Oh,
We can arrive there.
to the ridge line? To the ridge line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Right down conditions. in darkness. We had to step over this crevasse right here. This crevasse right here. Don't want to fall in. Libby's on rope next. And then our guide, Gustavo. Come on. There's this next one right here.
You need to move forward or I'm gonna step on the rope.
Is being belayed all the way down. Lean back. Whoa.
This is what we climbed down last night. That's a chain. Goes all the way down through this crevasse. All the way down. Scotty's down there. Let me tell you, this was the most difficult day of my life. It's very loose dirt and rocks too. Doesn't make it any easier. He's moving the chain. Imagine doing this in the dark going down. Was not fun at all. It was terrifying. Yeah, Spider-Man.
rest here for a minute. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Now, come here, yeah? Come on the right side. Come here, come here. And use these ropes, okay?
I just gotta catch my breath.
Don't push too much, yeah, chain, because the chain is going like this.
Don't push what?
Only hold, help.
Huh?
Only hold, help.
Oh, don't pull on it?
Go with the, in this,
Huh?
this part, go only like walking,
Okay, don't pull on the chain.
a little bit, not
Oop.
too much.
Got it, got it.
Yeah. Nice. Okay.
This is kind of gnarly.
Good. Nice. Good.
Then come left towards me.
Oh,
But you're gonna have to let go of the chain in another step or two.
here.
How was that?
This didn't have a lot of energy, you know.
Well, we're back in our tent after probably the longest day of hiking and climbing that either of us have ever had in our life.
To say the least, honestly.
The mountain won this time. So we're sitting in our tent at base camp, and it's been snowing off and on since we got back. We left at a little after 1 in the morning and got back at like 11:30 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah.
It was really tough, and the only thing, you're gonna see the video, the only thing that we didn't video was these huge boulders. It's like a huge river valley of just dirt and boulders, which is a moraine that it's a glacier underneath, and it just pushes through. So all the rocks are loose, and hiking over them is very challenging. It's like a breakwater at the ocean, those types of boulders, but they're all loose and rolling around, and sometimes very, very high up. So you don't want to take a misstep, or you're gonna pay for that. And
at one point we were on a ridge with a drop off of just solid black, because of course we left at midnight or 1 o'clock, so it's super dark outside. So if you turn your headlamp just a little to the left or a little to the right, it's just solid black for as far as you could see. It was very scary.
I think the
Very
most
scary.
challenging part about it, in addition to the weather, was that most of today's hike and climb, one misstep could cost you your life, especially once we got to the glacier and we're hiking on a glacier and climbing. So
With
yeah,
an ice axe.
we
Had the ice axe.
the crampons were good, ice axe was good, we had a good guide, but the weather just came in, you couldn't see a thing. It was whiteout conditions, and
It hurt. It hurt. It was blowing so hard.
we're
It
like
hurt our faces.
an hour behind schedule just getting to the glacier because we were slow on the moraine, and then the weather came in, and there's just no way we were gonna make it all the way to the summit. I guess we could have, but you wouldn't have seen anything.
No, we couldn't have. Let's be honest.
It would have been late.
We couldn't have.
It would have
Let's
taken
be
us
honest.
a while.
We could not have summited this at all. It just was not in us, and that's okay. It was an adventure. The glacier is beautiful. Stepping over a crevasse that just is never ending is quite frightening, but beautiful at the same time. So it was definitely an adventure that I will not be taking again.
So that was Pisco. Peace out, Pisco.